Funding for this program is provided in part by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.
Hi, I'm Kathy Stutzman, host of On Cue Latitudes. We explore heritage, culture, and people from other countries who live here in our area. On today's show, we travel to India to learn more about the customs, religion, and festivals of our special guest, Vandana Tripathi. Stay with us. On Cue Latitudes is next.
From KSMQ Television in Austin, this is On Cue Latitudes, the show that celebrates heritage, culture, and people from other places in the world now living here in our area. On Cue Latitudes.
Many of us are familiar with the Republic of India as a fast-growing, developing economy that is getting attention in business circles. This emerging economy will continue to grow its presence on the world stage, inviting us to become more familiar with its people and culture. By population, India is the world's largest democracy. Ancient civilizations, followed by colonial rule, have given way to an independent nuclear power that has a thriving film industry, budding space program, and expanding middle class. Extremely diverse, India is home to a multitude of cultures, religions, and languages throughout its 28 states. Hindi is the officially sanctioned and most widely spoken language, and there are 22 other officially recognized languages. English enjoys the status of subsidiary official language. Primarily Hindu, other religions such as Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, and Buddhism are also practiced. The Hindu presence also explains the often curious to Western eyes presence of sacred cows on city streets, as well as long-standing caste system divisions. A young country, India's population is an average of 26 years old. This youthful perspective influences commerce and culture of India's more than 1 billion citizens. Its cultural richness was summed up beautifully by Keith Bellows, editor-in-chief of National Geographic.
When I first visited India, I was stunned by the richness of the land, by its lush beauty and exotic architecture, by its ability to overload the senses with the pure, concentrated intensity of its colors, smells, taste, and sounds. It was as if all my life I had been seeing the world in black and white and, when brought face to face with India, experienced everything re-rendered in brilliant Technicolor.
From the Taj Mahal in the north to the tropical rainforests of the south, India is a complex and fascinating country. We'll just scratch the surface on our visit to India with On Cue Latitudes.
We've just learned some important things about India. It's such a complex country, but it is in the stories that we gain understanding. I'm happy to welcome Yesenia Mendoza Ramirez as my guest co-host today. Welcome, Yesenia.
Thank you, Kathy. It's my pleasure to be here.
We're so happy to have you here. And so the stories that we tell are so important. Are you willing to share a story from your family, a fond memory, or something about yourself?
Well, one of the things that I remember when I first came to the States is the cold weather, okay? So just coming here to mountains of snow and really not being prepared with the proper clothing to fathom this weather. And one of the things that I remember back in my country in Mexico is that my mother used to make my clothes. She had many experience working in a kind of a clothing factory before, and so she was able to make our clothes for all of my siblings. And it consisted of some dresses, some skirts, and very light material, very easy to make. And so when we came to the United States around January, the clothes that she made for me wasn't enough to fathom this weather. And we weren't prepared with the proper coat. So I remember this coat that I got, this furry brown coat that covered all of my body. I would wear that coat up until the summer because I was just kind of, I just thought it was always going to be cold.
Yeah. And it does feel like that often.
Exactly. I wish I still had one of those.
Part of my family came from Canada, so I think I had some of that thick blood in me.
Yeah.
So today, our special guest is in the United States with her husband, who is conducting scientific research. Join us as we explore some great stories about India with Vandana. We're so fortunate to have many residents living in our area who have come from other cultures and experiences around the world. Today, our special guest is Vandana Tripathi, who will share with Yesenia and I her knowledge about the people and culture of India. Welcome, Vandana.
Hello.
Namaste.
Namaste, Vandana. Namaste.
All right. Well, we're so glad to have you here. I'm wondering if you could start by sharing a little bit about your country and your culture.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm from India and I'm northern part of India. It's the city where I was there. It's called Uttar Pradesh. I was born in Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh.
Okay, can you say that, Yesenia?
Uttar Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh.
Uttar
Would you
Pradesh.
mind spelling that?
UTTERPRADESH.
Wow. Thank you. Uttar Pradesh. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
And I did my schooling and college education in Mumbai or Bombay, it's called. So I completed my education from Mumbai.
And so tell me about your native language. Is English your first language?
No, my first language is Hindi.
Hindi.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And do you speak English at home? Where did you learn English?
In school, because in India, in schools, in college, they teach English. So we can learn from there.
I'm just curious, what did you study in your university?
Actually, I did a Bachelor of Arts in Education.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and I was a teacher in India.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what brought you to the United States?
Actually, my husband moved here, so I also decided to move with him because he is in research field and he get this job opportunity in the Hormel Institute according to his interest. So as that time, my daughter was around 9 months old and she need care of both parents, so I decided to move along with him here.
So you decided to move with your husband.
Yeah.
And you brought your daughter with you.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, with your educational background, would you consider teaching here in the States?
Actually, I send my degrees for accreditation here. So they also give me the Bachelor of Arts in Education, and now I am trying to send it to Minnesota Education Department.
Okay.
So I don't know what I will get, but we're trying if I can get something.
So Pinky, you said that you decided to come here with your husband. Would
Yeah.
it be usual in your country to not come with your husband?
Sometimes it happens, not every time, but sometimes it happens. Suppose my husband is here and I'm working there, so we can stay or we can come. It depends.
I would like to know kind of what were your first impressions when you came to the States, as you came here?
I never faced this much cold. So when I came to the Rochester airport, I feel, oh, where I came.
Where did I go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you arrived in the Minneapolis
Yeah.
airport and
No, in the Rochester airport.
Rochester airport.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of snow on the ground?
Yeah. And when I came in the night, in the morning, when we wake up, everywhere is snow and white and white.
I had the same experience, so I can understand where you're coming from.
And so your daughter, how does she like snow? What is her experience with that?
I don't know about that, but now she loves. She want to go every day. When snow started, she want to go down and play with that.
Oh,
That's wonderful. We'd love to know a little bit about your outfit. Are you willing to share? It's beautiful.
It's a Indian traditional dress. It's called sari.
A sari. Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
And when would you wear an outfit like that, a dress like that?
just like we have some traditional things, or in our marriage ceremony we wear this dress, sari, or something traditional, some festivals, so we wear this dress.
So what kind of ceremony? A special ceremony? What is that? What kind of ceremony?
Just like some wedding ceremony or something, like we have some festivals or some worships, all that things, so we wear.
And in a wedding ceremony, is it just the bride that wears the dress, or is it everybody?
Oh yeah, especially for brides.
Okay.
But if suppose girl's guest, if she want to wear, she can also wear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen that there's many different colors.
Yeah.
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 Is that does that mean anything? Just the
No,
colors,
it's-
for example?
No, it's not mean like that, but we get this dress in every colors. So
Just for
depend on their choices.
okay.
But in marriage ceremony, we wear this sari, colorful saris.
Okay.
Yeah.
It makes it more lively, more
Yeah.
vibrant.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I notice when I talk to you is that you have both a gem between your eyes,
Yeah.
and you have a red mark up higher. Can you tell me a little bit about the
Yeah,
significance?
This red mark it's a powder.
Okay.
It's called sindoor, and every in Hindus, because I'm Hindu religion, and in Hindu tradition, every woman who is married, it's symbol of marriage. So when we are getting married, we put this.
So would it be inappropriate for a non-Hindu woman who's married to have that put on her head?
If she wants, she can put, but I don't know.
Are
She
you-
would like to put or not.
Are you willing? I'm a married woman, and I would love
To put this?
to have you show me how that works. Are you willing to do this? We
I
have
can do this.
and it's Sindhu, right?
Yeah, it's called sindoor.
Sindoo.
Yeah, it's sindoor, and in chemicals form, it's mercury sulfide.
Oh, look at how beautiful that is.
Wow.
That is a gorgeous color.
It's like velvety. Yeah.
I use normally
Okay.
a stick or something, or sometime it's right place.
So you
Yeah.
went like, okay, can I practice that?
You
Okay.
can do it.
Is
I'm
that
not
okay?
married.
Okay. It's such a beautiful color. Ah,
Yeah.
okay, so it was these two fingers, right?
Yeah, only
Okay.
one fingers. What is comfortable for you?
Only one finger?
Yeah, that's will
Okay.
be okay.
Okay, I've got that, and I'm just gonna,
Put in the middle.
And then back.
how's that look?
Oh wow,
great.
it's good.
Looks like you're married.
I am, how about that?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Oh, I'm so excited. I've always wondered about that. Now, what about the gem, though? Can you
Yeah,
tell me
that's
about
It's
that?
called bindi. It's normally put married woman, but anyone, just you wear traditional dress. Who is married, who is non-married, they can wear.
Okay.
Just like anyone can wear bracelet, just like that anyone can wear. But married women especially put this.
What if you are married,
Yes.
but you don't wear that? Is that bad?
It's not that, but
Will your husband be mad?
no.
No.
If I wear, it's my choice.
Yeah.
He don't. If I want to wear, I can wear. If I don't want to wear, it's okay for
Okay.
him. He don't force me that you wear this and you don't wear this.
Oh,
it's
okay.
depend on me.
Well, that's good.
So that reminds me about
Yeah.
something that you told me a while ago. You kept your name when you were married. Is that usual?
Yeah,
or can you tell me?
my Tripathi surname is it's my dad's surname.
Okay.
So after marriage, I didn't change my surname.
And is that usual in your culture?
It's not usual, but if people don't want to change, it's okay, no problem.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what about your daughter? What will happen with her? What is her last name, and how did you decide about that? And what will happen when she?
Actually, her last name is as like her father.
Her father.
My husband name is Shravan, and his last name is Mishra. And my daughter also decided. Means we decided that we put that Mishra as surname. That's okay.
Okay.
So does your daughter have her
Yeah.
father's and then
Sir.
yours, or just her
No,
father's?
only her father's.
Okay.
I didn't give my surname
Okay.
to her.
Yeah, I myself have my father's and my mother's.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
What is your daughter's name?
My daughter's name is Satakshi.
Satachi. Satachi. And how old is
Satachi.
Satachi?
She's around, she will be 4 in December.
I think we have a picture here.
Yeah,
Of
he is
your
my husband,
husband.
and my daughter.
Beautiful.
they're
Now, can you
beautiful.
tell me how, what that her name means, and maybe how you got it?
Her name, Satakshi, means we pray a god is goddess Durga, and the name of Satakshi is the 100 eyes of goddess, that is Durga.
The 100
eyes.
the 100 eyes of
Yeah.
God. So I'm really curious because you've said your language is Hindi,
Yeah.
and you practice Hindu. Is that right?
Yeah.
How are you able to practice that here in the United States?
As he has not too much Indians people, so only 2-3 families. So we celebrate some of our festivals, and when we have something in the, we have temple in Rochester, so sometime we visit there.
So, are there many different gods in Hindu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of gods.
And why is it that you chose the name that you did? Why the 100 eyes of God? What is significant for you about that?
I don't know, but I usually pray goddess Durga, and I have lots of respect for her. So I read that names lots of times. So I decided that I keep this name.
And so we've talked about how you celebrate this festival at the temple and the small number of people who are Hindi here. What about in your home? What's a daily practice, or do you have a daily ritual that
No, we didn't follow daily rituals, nothing like that. But on the Sunday when we having this festival, so 2 or 3 more friends come to our house, and we have something, we cook something with us, and when we eat together, and we have candles in our house and lightning and all that.
Okay, so now you've hit on my favorite topic. You know this. Food.
Food. Oh, man. That is my favorite topic too.
So tell me about what it would be a traditional dish that you would make on that day.
We especially make some sweets, some
sweets.
snacks.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Of course, it's a festival.
yeah.
Yeah, I would almost like to know, as far as the food, does it vary? You know, India is a large country. Does it vary within the regions?
Yeah, everyone have, there's 22 languages.
22 languages.
Yeah,
in
because
India.
there's 22 states, and
Wow.
almost every states have their own language. Even we don't know all that language.
Now, is there a common language? Is it the
Yeah, that's
Hindi?
a Hindi. Yeah.
Okay.
Hindi.
Do most people know that language?
Yeah, most of people know that.
Okay.
And so tell me how easy it's been for you to find the food that you need to cook and like to cook.
We cook some, we can buy all that vegetables from
Okay, the
here,
vegetables.
from Hy-Vee, from Walmart.
How about paneer?
Paneer, I make that at home.
Paneer.
It's
What is
homemade
paneer?
cheese. It's homemade cheese.
Paneer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I make it at home whenever I need. And some Indian foods we brought from the Rochester.
Okay.
There's Indian grocery store.
And so I took a cooking class with you, and the food was
Was it at the
very
library?
spicy.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it was
That's-
very spicy. Is that common?
Yeah.
All right.
Indian eats spicy foods.
Well, I think we have something in common. I love spicy food too.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, because he is not Indian restaurant, so most of time I visit to the Mexican restaurant because the taste is similar like Indians. And in the American restaurants, I didn't have lots to eat because I'm vegetarian, as you know. So I didn't have too much options to eat. So most of time I go to Mexican
All right,
restaurant.
now we're all ready to go out and start cooking some good spicy food. All right, we're almost at the end of our time together here, and so I would just like to know, what else would you like to share with us? This is about celebrating cultures and countries, and what would you like to share with us that we haven't had a chance to talk about yet?
About here?
Yeah, just about anything about celebrating your culture.
Some of festivals we never heard in India, just like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and all that.
You celebrate Halloween and Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I celebrate.
But in India they don't?
No, we never heard that.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, so we didn't. We celebrate Christmas and that, but we don't know about the Halloween and Thanksgiving, so we celebrate here. Even in the Oak Park Mall, there's some party of Halloween, so we take my daughter for that party and she enjoy.
So I want to just make sure that we give a shout out to your state, which has something that's very significant in it in India. Can you tell me what your state is known for in India?
The first thing that it's very populated state in India. And Taj Mahal is also there in India.
The Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
Just the Taj Mahal? Can you tell me what the significance of the Taj Mahal is?
It's a symbol of love.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Wow. Yeah, and it's in the 8 wonders, it's one of them.
A symbol of love. What a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yeah, and it's made by white marble.
All right, well, we're going to end up, we've got some great opportunities for new conversations to begin. And so thank you, Vandana. Thank you very much.
It was
You're
a
welcome.
pleasure.
Thank you. Namaste.
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 Namaste. Namaste. And so there's so much to explore about this fascinating country. If our conversation has sparked a question, or if you have been to India and have an experience that you want to share, we'd love to hear about it. Join the ongoing conversation on KSMQ's Facebook page and stay tuned. Yesenia and I will be right back with more On Cue Latitudes.
On Cue Latitudes is fostering an online conversation on KSMQ's Facebook page. Here's a recent post. If you'd like to know more about the cultures we're exploring, like us on Facebook and join the conversation.
That was interesting, Kathy. I'm amazed to learn how Vandana, or Pinky as we now know, has found a place to worship and found places to buy things, buy ingredients that she needs to make her traditional foods from India.
Yeah, it was so great. I got to take a cooking class that she was in and that she taught. And she brought all of these great ingredients. So I'm going to get a list from her where I can find those ingredients. So.
Oh, and I can tell you where, because she mentioned she got them at the Mexican store.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was, a good connection to learn that they also use so many spices and spicy foods.
Yeah.
But just learning how it's hard to find these ingredients, but knowing that they're in the Mexican stores kind of gives us an idea that we share so many similarities,
Yeah. So I'm curious though, because you mentioned that your family was from Mexico and you told a story of when you were in Mexico. But I was also with you the week that you got your citizenship in the United States. How did that feel? What was that like for you?
Well, that was an interesting feeling, Kathy. You know, to be honest, it was hard growing up here. You know, with the weather, like I mentioned at the beginning. But as I saw that so many of the things that we traditionally did in Mexico, we continued to do them here in our family. And, you know, even as I mentioned with the stores, how you can find things here, just knowing that people from my country have been here for such a long time. Yeah. And the impact that we've had here. You know, now people are eating more salsa than ever and then dancing it. And so for me, you know, I said, you know what, it's time. I'm at home because I can share my stories and share my traditions.
And Vandana's doing the same thing, or
Exactly.
Pinky. She's creating an opportunity to share her culture with those of us here. And so thank you for joining us as we learned about India. I hope you learned something new and interesting. Thank you, Yesenia, for being with us today. I look forward to exploring another country next time on Q Latitudes. I'm your host, Kathy Stutzman.
On Q Latitudes is a production of KSMQ Television in Austin, nonprofit public television.
Funding for this program is provided in part by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.